Hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening from whenever you're calling in from or watching this recording from. I welcome you once again to another week. I hope we had a good weekend. So, to begin, we're going to be looking at the news releases. We have a number of news releases from Monday to Friday, not as much as we had for last week. A couple of GBP pound news Monday and Tuesday. USD Wednesday, we have Aussie and Swiss franc on Thursday and Friday, another USD news release. So this pretty much just lets us know the area we might be putting a bit of concentration for this week. I don't really trade the news. I just look at it for just to give me direction for what I'm going to be looking at for this week as well. So for those of you that trade the news, please take advantage of it, or you want to just stay on the sideline and let the news just pass, then you can look for trades. So straight up to my chart, the very first one I'll be looking at today is the NZD US, NZD JPY. As you guys can see, this is my bias, my reason for looking at, because now it is at the bottom, at the low. Well, maybe not the lowest level, but as you can notice, when it got to that level, it kind of threw a week and then pushed back. It got to that level again. So this has been a very strong level for news. So every time it got there, it kind of the bulls kind of pushed it back up. It got there again, and then threw a week, and but this time it was strong enough to push it down. So possibly, who knows, it may be ready to just keep coming down. So it broke that level, that strong level, that 72 350, 72 350, broke it, and it's coming down now. Two things: I have two buyers, of course, because it's a strong level and that's a strong level as well that is not being able to break. Two things is possible. This may just be a break and retest happening. So that's why I had that thing, what's it called? That markup from here to there to expect another drop. In fact, it was D that noticed this inverted head and shoulder playing out. So yep, it was at this level where we saw it, and now it's going towards that level that we thought we'd to get to. So at this level, might be looking for an opportunity to sell the market. So assuming this is a break and retest, so that would happen. Yep, and then again that will happen, and then we can look for a sell there and then bring the price back that down there. But if you enter by a sell at that level, means your stop loss will possibly be, you may want to either put it here or here, depending on where, how risk, your risk appetite. You could decide to put it there and to get it. So somewhere there or somewhere there, depending on your risk appetite. Yep. So it means that if for some reason price decides to turn up, then it would it will save you. And then if that happens, if price decides to go up, it's all good. It will kick you out of the market, but then it will create an opportunity again for you to enter a buy so that you can, take it to the upside. So that's what you'll be looking at for this pair NZD JPY, a possible sell at that level. So if I were you, I'm gonna put I'll put a sell limit at this level with my stop loss there, and if that fails, then I'll probably be looking for a buy. And if the buy fails as well, you already know that's the market for you. You can't feel bad. Sometimes it happens like that. Sometimes you can see that you put a sell here, price comes in, you put a sell there, price comes in, kicks you out in the market, and you're pissed off. You decide, okay, I think it's coming down, and it comes down. You already have your buy limit waiting, but price comes again, kicks you out. So it happens like that. Some people have that kind of bad day, it can be like that. But then you don't have to get upset with the market. Just let it go, look for something else that you can trade. So that's that one. NZD JPY, Euro GBP. This one really, I don't know why it's been. Let me put this out of the way. I expected this guy to play out well. It got to that level, expected that to return here, but it failed. I was like, okay, it's just gonna keep going up. So it failed for my sell, for my sell, came down, had a sell there, came down. Before I knew it, came back and took me out of the market. So I said, okay, I'm just gonna wait. I think it came down again. I think either I took another entry that failed again, and then price continued up. So I had a buy limit somewhere here, and price came in, took me in. I was happy, and then that happened. I was happy, glad I had another buy limit at that level. Price came in, took me out. Yeah, and then came all the way down here. It took me out from my initial entry because normally, remember how I do it. I put this thing, and when I'm in profit, I move my stop loss in a few pips just to protect. And now it's already moving to the upside. So I'm not gonna be bitter. Just gonna let it go. I was of the opinion it's gonna make that move and continue to the upside. At least I know it's on the way to where I thought it would go. So right now, what I'm gonna be looking for. I think because of the way this is happening, it's more favorable towards the buy side of this trade. It's already on the move. So if I'm to be honest with myself, I could possibly just let this because it's already made the move. It's already all of this. I missed all of this altogether. So I might just let it go because I still risk this happening. If I decide, okay, I'm going to sell, I'm going to keep buying, and then this may happen, and then it continues to the downside. That's very possible, or it may just do like this, come down and then shoot up. But I don't want to, because if I enter at this level, my stop loss will probably be below here, so it might just come back and take me out. So, but another opportunity may be for it to go up and then continue to do upstep. So I would be looking for my entry more on the buy side. So, but I'll try as much as I can do. If I see that, I will keep watching the market. If I notice that it's not something that is tradable, I'll probably just ignore it altogether. But if it's something I see a good move in the market, I'm going to send the screenshot towards. But I'll prefer to let it come all the way to the upside so that I can get a better entry at that level that it's been to before, so that I allow it to just keep coming down. But we're still in the Brexit season, so anything is possible. Price may just continue to the upside, or just from there continue down. Anything can happen in the market during this season that we're in right now. But my best trade level would be this level right here. I'll let price come all the way back to that level before I start looking for my sell. I know you guys you saw the higher time frame. You see that was a strong level. Price kind of broke out of it a few, I think how many years back? This was in 2017. Yeah, price broke out of it in 2017. Yep, and then came back into it, and there since then it's not been able to break out of it. So it's been struggling. So my best bet is for price to that level is going to hold price. So just wait for price to come back into that. Then I'll be looking for sell. So two trade opportunities for you to wait for that retest and then TP at that level, or just wait for price to happen altogether. I would really not be looking for a sell because that's a strong uptrend. So if for you looking for a sell would be I thought it was gonna hold, this level was gonna hold. I thought that level was gonna hold. But yes, you can see it's not holding, it's going up. So I wouldn't be looking for a trade. The trade would be what's it called now? Counter trend trading. So I'm just gonna ignore that downside for it. In fact, I'm gonna delete this move right here. Just concentrate on the upside. So GBP, JPY, this one I was really looking for that sell. In fact, I think I'm still in this one for sell. Because of that. Okay, I think I wouldn't really know why I decided to sell this um trade, because if I look at it right now, was a rejection that's strong enough to hold it, rejected, and then continue to the upside. But I think it was based on it was based on this strong move, strong, move coming down. It's been in that move for a long time. So I just felt, okay, maybe because it's strong enough, it may just continue to the downside. But again, that's not set on stone. As you can see, it's already moving to the upside. The majors have rejected as it's done now, but there's so much indecision happening here. It's going up, it's going down. So this may just happen, price may just retest and then continue to the upside, or just continue as we thought it would, just do that and then get the opportunity to come down. Or whatever be the case, you have to keep your these trades. You won't really know what it's gonna do. You just have to trade it the way they appear, trade it the way they occur, and keep your stop loss in place. That may just be what is happening right now for price to continue to the downside. But although it's broken into the upper side of this trade, may just do that and do that, or just continue to the downside. But if you're not already in it, have your stop loss in place, or just, sorry, if you're already in it, have your stop loss in place just to protect yourself. If you're not in it, then look for if that comes back into that level, If that breaks out, so you know what that means, then that's opportunity for you to sell to the downside. So that's GBP, JPY, GJ. GU are more biased towards the upsides. You guys already know how this trade has been going for me. And I was looking for that inverted head and shoulder since that level. Yeah, it failed, came all the way here, and I had my sell limit, buy limit at this level, kicked me in, has been pushing, and then, but it didn't. It was so close to my stop loss, and then that happened. So I was happiest man in the whole world. It was so close, or like a few pips, if not one or two pips away from my stop loss, or thereabout. I can't remember, but it was so close. I posted it on the platform, and then that happened. So right now I'm still in the trade, which is where I entered the trade at. So I'm still in the trade. So I'm looking for another opportunity. I think I even took a trade at this level. So I price broker. So I was looking for that. I think even the notice that inverted head and shoulder here. So that one. So I'm looking for a trade at that level. That's why I even put that there. So price should come in. So I probably might have one entry, another entry there, and then my level target is that up there, that level up there. So as you guys can already see, it's possible it might even go as high as that level, inverted head and shoulder, considering that move, that measurement, this one and that one. So if you're not already in it, that this may be your opportunity right now. It's still at the neckline. So if it opens, it may open there, it may open below, but still at the neckline. Your trade is at this neckline. Let me put that number there so you can see where the trade is really at. So that's your neckline. 1.27410 is your neckline of that trade. Okay, NZD USD. This trade was a painful one for me because I was really, really waiting for this to come down. I knew that was going to happen. I knew that upside was going to happen. I've been waiting for that upside. Been preaching it for like forever. But all I needed was just a good entry. My sell limit or buy limit was here. As you can see, price came all the way down, but it didn't come. Sorry, price came down, but it didn't come all the way down. I've been monitoring it, so it didn't come all the way down before beginning that move. So if we are getting an entry somewhere around here, that's 19, that's almost 200. Yeah, almost 200 pips. Yeah, if not, yeah, it's 200 pips. 200 pips move to the upside. If we got an entry there, but yep, we can't always know what would happen. So I'll just ignore this one altogether, because the move has already been made. So I don't see a reason why was I trading? I was trying to look for that double bottom, But another level where I might be looking for my trade will possibly be that level. You guys can already see that level here. That will be the neckline, if you will, of that double bottom. So this may be my next level for looking for a trade. If I still want to trade this, that will be my next level. So that if price does that, breaks into that, I look for a retest for that, because that's still a massive way to go, So, but at this level, it's already begun the move. This is structure, this is a level here. So that may be another level I may look for, or that level, like I've mentioned earlier. So, but there's nothing for me to trade at this level. The move has already begun. So I would let that go, and then monitor those two levels that I pointed out. AUD, USD, another good trade I was looking for, but again, I was waiting for it to come down. I said it might come if it comes to this level, wait for it. It will definitely take us in, and then we'll get at TP at that level, or it might break all the way to that level, and then the same thing. What did you notice, guys? It didn't come all the way down here. My sell limit was buy limit was still there, but what did you see? Price too got to that level that we thought it was gonna get to, but not a problem. What we can find now is an opportunity to take this one to the upside as well. Levels have already been created. So what are we looking for? We're looking for this trade to break above, retest, just like you see here, break above, retest, and continue to the upside. I'm not really going to sell this. Don't expect me to sell this down here. No, I'm not doing that. So rather, what I would do is to keep my buy limits there and there, because if it comes down, it's good. It's good for me. If it comes down, it might come down all the way here to give me my entry, or all the way here to give me my entry. But either way, I won't be selling this. I'm more particular about the upside. So if it breaks above that, good, my TP here, or I'm really, really looking forward to this going all the way up, because we've been waiting for that move. Looking forward to go all the way back to the upside like that. Yep. So you're going to trade this, I'm not advising you to buy, I mean to sell it, because it's at a good place to look for sell, because well, as you can see, that was a good level that we identified. That's why you can already see the rejection, and price is already moving lower. But I'm not sure, even though it comes all the way down here, I won't be taking it. I'm more on the buy side for this. The only other buy I'll be taking if would be here, either here or here or here. Buy, sell limit, buy limit here, buy limit here, and then for here, if it breaks above, then I'll put another buy limit. I'll put a buy limit here. So that's AUD USD. Now this one is one I just, I don't know what it's trying to do. This was an inverted head and shoulder expected to play out, but what you can see what's happening now. Price has broken that level that we thought would have been a best buy. Yes, I was in this trade. Price took me up to that level. Yep, and I moved my stop loss in, and then what do you see? Price came in and took me out in profit, which is good, and then broke that level. I didn't expect that to happen. But yep, that's the price for you. That's price for you. Happens like that. So see that flag that has been created, bear flag created. So this one now, as you can see here, if you look at it on the higher time frame, you can see the break, you can see the retest, and you can see the drop. So what are we looking for now? Something similar. So probably be looking for another break of the low. Let's just see if we can get another break of that low, the low that has been created. You can see that, or for price to break, to move into that level again, and then we can find another sell below. That's one. Or for this to break and come back into structure, and then we can find based on how we trade. But those are your two levels to trade. Which price may come back into, it may even come back into that level before continuing to the downside, or just come back into this level. Remember, if you look at it on the higher time frame, you can see the bearish engulfing candle. Look at that, and you know how we trade bearish engulfing candles. We wait for price to, well, bearish engulfing candle, we see it on the higher time frame, and then we wait for price to come down, come back into it in the lower time frame. Then we can trade, which is this level. So we just wait for this. Might just wait for this to come back, come back into that structure at level, and any of this place, half of it, or it totally might come onto that level. So you may just even look for price to come into this level based on that candle. Look at this candle. We look for price to come into that level, then you can trade. Yep, that may happen. That may be your trade. Let me just put a line there. Possible level that price may come back into, that we can look for a trade. But remember, it's not set on stone, so don't expect it to happen exactly as I've said. You may just pull back a little bit and then continue down, but I'm just expecting a pullback before the continuation to the downside. So Euro Swiss franc, this one exactly the same thing that I thought I will enter this trade. But if you can see, because of all of that move to the upside, if you remember that move up, down, up, down, up, down. So I expected this to happen. I expected price to come back into that and take us into the trade. Yes, I entered at that level. Price pushed down. My stop loss was below. It didn't take me out, and then pushed up. But after a while, I started seeing that inconsistent, meaning on the indecision candles all over the place. Wicks all over the place. And yep, but we can't really know what price is going to do. And when I looked at it on the lower time frame, look at what we saw. Yep, price. Yep, and then price broke that, came back, retested, and dropped. Right now, what am I waiting for? I'm waiting for price to come down. Hold on now. I'm waiting for price to come up here, come back into that level, and then continue to the upside. Because yep, unfortunately, I think my entries, I think I kind of took another entry, but it's not as low as I would have loved it. This would have been the best place to get that, but price came and took me out again. So, but it's all good. So price, if you're not in it, just wait for price to come back into that level. Right now, what you might see is been doing that, going back and forth. So, but what we are waiting for now is for price to break above that, and when we can trade to the upside from there. So that's your level. Yep. So for some people, let me put that in there. So it has so you can have the numbers. Hold on, let me take this one out. So that's your level there. So wait for price to break that level above, and then you can look for your buys. Yep. Then you can look for your buys. Okay. Euro NZD. Euro NZD. This one I was trading the inverted head and shoulder. Wasn't it? Somewhere here, and somewhere here, but price kind of took me out. I entered here as well. As you can see, that was a loss. So price took me out of this trade. I think I entered one here as well. So all of that lost it, other two trades here or so. So one that I had here, I think I had one here. Can't remember now, but I think I'm still in that one. But I'm still expecting this to continue to the downside. Why do I say so? Excuse me. It's because, look at that move up and down, up and down. Now it came into a strong level, and that strong level we found an inverted head and shoulder. I mean a head and shoulder. So that's what we were playing. So price kind of came back. Some people might say that was the break and retest that it does sometimes. Yeah, it does that. Some people might have taken it at this level, break and retest. So, but it's all go either way, whatever way you choose to trade it, as long as you get your entry. So now it's coming that way. But if you're not in it yet, you could either, you may come back here, so you can look for an entry, or break back into that level, you get an entry, break back into that level, you get an entry. But general bias, this is coming down. My main bias for this one is for price to continue to the downside. Where that will cease to be valid is if price does this for us, comes all the way back here. That's where it starts to become valid. It stops being valid, you know. So I wouldn't even want to be in there. My stop loss is close by anyway. So if price comes back, I'll probably move it a bit more, so that price doesn't. I don't lose all of the things that I've gathered. So that's Euro NZD. NZD card again. This was another one that we're expecting to continue to the downside. Yep, it's going, but then kind of pull back again. Price will not give you your money without a fight. So it's true in an inverted head and shoulder here that I identified. I thought it had failed, but it didn't fail. That inverted head and shoulder I told you guys about that move, that move, that move. So I was thinking, okay, inverted head and shoulder, but then I saw that last week or thereabout. I saw that move. I was like, oh, okay, possibly failed, but as you can see, it didn't fail. Continue to the upside. So, but in my general opinion, I had a sell limit somewhere around here, and it took me into the trade. So I'm still expecting this to continue to the downside. The inverted head and shoulder was just like I call it a short-term reversal or short-term pullback. Yep. So I'm still expecting this to continue to the downside. So if you're not yet in this one, your trade is around this level. You can find the trade around this level if price breaks that level. The price break that level, and look for a trade that level, or you can do that. Wait for price to come there directly, and then you can trade it to the downside. Yep. So that's your trade for NZD card. NZD card. The dollar. Okay. I'm not trading dollar. It's coming down as I thought it would. So at that level, I might look for another trade or wait for it to break. Then I might look for another trade at that level. I'm really not trading dollars, so I'm just gonna ignore that one. Same, that's the US dollar is what we use to trade the dollar. So it's in opposite direction as this is going. This is going down. This is coming up. This is coming down. This is going up. So anyway, you want to look at it. But then I'm not really gonna put my money in the dollar for now. It's too much uncertainty in it. If you look at it on the higher time frame, though, a strong level price rejected and it's going back up. But I just expected this inverted, the head and shoulder, to play out. But price is making its way to the top. Who knows? We don't know what it's gonna do. It's trying to do. So I'm not gonna play it. So I'm gonna ignore that one. Yeah, this one as well. Was expecting this to continue to bounce. Yes, it did bounce as we thought it would. Put in a week and then jumped up. Everyone was happy, including myself. And then what did you do? It failed and then continued to the downside and then started acting all weird here. You see. So if I were you, I wouldn't really bother, trading this. Allow it to go. You know, allow this to go, I would, I guess, see. So maybe the trade will be in the break of that level. Unexpected this, so it's not responding. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it alone. My trade may be the break of that to retest that to continue to the downside. That may be your trade, because it's broken that trend line, as you guys can see. So your trade may be for it to break. Okay, I think I can move it on the higher time frame for you to break that low and then retest and continue. Where your TP would naturally be the next level, which is this level right here. So wait for price to break that. Look for price to break this and come into it and then continue to the downside. So that's your trade right there, because obviously it's broken this level, came back into it at this place, as you can see, broke, came back into it, and then it's dropping. So you would want to find your trade at the break of the previous low that is created. Yep. So Euro Aussie. So my main bias for this one is a sell. So I'm looking for is a strong level. So I'm looking for a sell. Look at it for yourselves, guys. So if that breaks above the next level is that, but then that's a week, a week. So it means it wasn't strong enough to break it. So that's what I'm looking at. I mean, it was the momentum wasn't strong enough to hold it up. So that's why it did drop. The bears pulled it back down. So it's now going back up again. So possibilities are for you to go back into it, and then continue down. It may just break. It may act as NZD, was it NZD JPY acted, go back into it and then continue to the upside. But either way, I'm more biased towards the downside. So I'm going to enter that with my stop loss somewhere around up here so I can protect it. It's an expensive one, so you have to be careful. Yep. So back into that and then I can trade it down here. My TP will be down here below here, as you can see. All right. I think I'm just gonna look at oil next. I expected. Now I marked these charts for oil to come down to that level and then push up and then continue. But oil kind of gave me an early entry. So I didn't wait for it to come to that level. I got an early entry, although I still have my entries at this top here. So I got another early entry at this level. So, but then as you can see, oil came to that level I thought it was going to get to, and now it's pulling back up. It's pulling back up. So if you want to take this, you can't get an entry at that 54.60 area, so that as it's coming back up now, you can get an entry for you to continue to the downside. But I'm generally thinking I'm waiting for oil to get to 42, to go as low as 42 or 42.40 as this chart shows us. That's where my bias for oil is at. Why? Because as you can see it on the higher time frames, has strong levels. So that's a good place to look for. Sell for oil, let it come back into that level, and then you can look for your sell to the downside. Again, it may even form an inverted head and shoulder. Looking at your nails, may just do that and then continue to the upside. But then it may just be a temporary turn back up for you to do that again. But whatever be the case, if I'm entering my trade at here at a sell, I'm gonna make sure I have my sell. I'm gonna have to have my stop loss above here, so or somewhere around here, so that if it fails, I would not be losing so much. I think that's gonna be it. Let me see. Okay, UCAD. Just look at it briefly. Yep, I thought that was gonna go up. Yep, do that. Continue up as I thought, because I really was expecting price to come back into that level. That was my trade. This was my level of trade, but I didn't get an entry. So this right now, this is where price is at. It's falling. So right now, possibly expecting maybe price to, because of that move down, price to come back into that level and then continue to the downside. So this may be your trade area, but that's not to say that price may not possibly come back to test the trend line where it broke out of before it continues to the downside. So you just have to be careful with trading this one. You can put your entry here, but stop loss, managing that. If it fails, look for it at that level, and then you can continue to the downside. But that's what UCAD looks like for me. It's more downward bias now because it's a strong move, more downward bias. But if you want to be patient to make sure that you all of this uncertainty is taken care of, it's taken out of the way, then you just wait for it to come back, come all the way down here. Then you can look for your trade down here to the next level. All right, so that brings us to the end of this session. I'm just gonna call it a day for today. I would see you guys on the other side. If you have any questions, please just don't hesitate to send it in. Thank you and have a fantastic trading week. Bye.